Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how we can set up figure numbering in InDesign. Figure numbering is a tool for us to number the figures we used in a document, and then eventually we want to get a list of figures together with our table of content. So that's usually what happens to a report or a loan document. So what we want is to have these list of numbers automatically changing, and they should be linked to the title or the description of the images. So how can we do that in InDesign? So first, we will have this document opened, and the first thing we want to do is to set up a paragraph style. So if you don't have it on your desktop, you can find it in the upper bar here. It's got window, and then you find the styles. So when you click open the paragraph styles, you'll find all these folders, and please use these folders called table of contents, because what we are going to create, this paragraph style would be used to generate a table of contents. So if we go down here, we can click this plus button and we create a new paragraph style. We can double click it so that the dialog box jump up, and we can name it like a list of figures, chapter name 0.0. And so you can set up this based on the basic paragraph, and we can change it later. And we can start with these bullets and numbering. We can always adjust this later, but this is a very basic settings. So for this list of figures, we want to use numbers. And this list, we can set up a new list named pictures. And we keep these settings as it is. And the levels here are, we want to have 2 for now. And I'll explain that later. And as you can see, the numbers here is a little bit confusing, but basically what we want here is figure, which will show in our figure numbering. And then we want to see the chapter number, which is represented by an H, but we can also use here, insert number placeholder and insert chapter number. And then the second level would be our image number. And we can always use insert number placeholder current level. So we don't have to change these, and it looks good for now. So if we go back to our document and say we wanted to add a figure number for this image, we can start with a text box, and we click this text box and set its paragraph style as list of figures. And nothing happens here, right? You can type in whatever, like the name of this image, right? This is called green infrastructure. Okay, so now I have this figure number setup for this image. And if I copy this and then paste it for the second image, then you can see the number here has increased. And then I can revise this to whatever. You can adjust the character by double click this paragraph style box and then going back to the basic character formats. And you can always change the font to other types, whatever you like. For example, I can choose it to other thing, and I can adjust the size of it and click OK. So now you can see they become smaller and change to the other font. So one question to clarify, why it shows 9.1 as my chapter is 0.0? First of all, because I set it up as chapter number, I need to change the chapter of these documents. So right now, the chapter is starting from 9, but let's see if we can start it by 0. No. So that's a tricky point here. So usually our page number or whatever the figure numbering will start from 1. But if we want to start from 0, we have to set it up manually. So we go back to the setting, we go to the bullets and numbering, and then here for this number setting, we need to manually change this setting from a chapter number to 0. And the other thing I want to point out is this level. So for example, here we have chapter 0, but then what if we have a subchapter? For example, we have chapter 0.1 and then 0.2, etc. So if we have that, then our figure numbering would consist of more than 2 numbers. Then we want to change these to maybe level 3, and then we can always add 1 point whatever, and then hit OK. So that now it becomes a figure number with 3 levels and starting with 0. So I'm going to do several more of these. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how we generate a table of content with this list of figures. So first of all, we need to come to layout and then set up a new table of content styles using this one. And we are going to start a new one. We can name it as list of figures. And the title or the style name can also be the title of these, which would show up in the table of contents we are going to generate. And we can select no paragraph style or basic paragraph style here. Just make sure it is a style used for the content body, not something else. And then here we scroll down to find the list of figures 0.0 we set up just now for our list of figures. And then, yeah, we hit OK. Yeah. So we now have a new table of content style. We can create a new page. And then I'm going to create a table of content here. Layout, table of content. And Right now, I'm pretty satisfied with the settings here. I hit OK and yes. And as you can see here, I have all the figures, and I think the bad thing is I'm not very satisfied. It's like creating a repetition. There's something wrong with the table of content styles. Do that again. Well, layout, table of content styles, style, no paragraph style. Okay. Yes, I want to have it. And I don't want to have it being figure numbered again. So for the paragraph style, I'll set it to the basic just for now. And then you can always adjust this to a format you prefer because these are just the text. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know.